Hey everyone, Suzanne here, and today we are going to be assembling one of our shelves. I have with me the double 30 wide, but it's essentially the same whether you have a single or the 45. The assembly is all essentially the same. First I wanted to talk about parts. So you should have got some screws. You would have got a square piece of sandpaper and a drill bit. What you're going to need is a square head drill bit. You can do this by hand, but it will be challenging. It might be a little bit hard, so we recommend using a drill if you can. The first thing we're going to do is dry fit the pieces together, so the next part we're going to get set up for that. Okay, before we get started, I just wanted to mention if you want to paint your product, now is the time to do it while your pieces the pieces are apart. If you haven't bought the product yet and you're just watching this video to see how easy it is to put together, we offer a paint service. You can add it to your cart. And there's different options in there. So if you have the product and you're watching this instruction how to put your product together, now would be the time to paint it. It's not required, but if you are using it in like high touch places and you want to put a clear coat on it, or you want it to match your decor, now would be the time to paint it at home and let all the pieces dry, and then come back and we'll start the assembly instructions next. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and lay something down on the floor just to prevent scratches, like a blanket or a towel, we have just one of those kids mats on the ground. The other thing, you want to inspect the pieces if there are any rough edges. So the wood pieces go through a machine to get sanded, so sometimes there might be little spots missed. If it's not to your satisfaction, that's why we provide the sandpaper, and you can just sand down any rough parts and make sure that it's up to your standard before you let your children touch the product. Okay, first we're going to dry fit everything. And that's just to make sure that everything's all aligned. So you're going to take your side panel, looks like this. You'll just put it on the ground. You'll start to place your pieces in. Okay, so next you're going to flip this over so that the legs are up. So you're going to put it upside down. Before you start drilling in anything. So the reason why we suggest that is wood is a natural product. Sometimes they come thinner. Depending on what version you have of the shelf. Some pieces might be a little bit thinner, or might be smaller. So when you have it upside down like this and you drill it in, if there are any gaps in between here, you won't see them once the shelf is flipped over. So the next thing I want to talk about is pre-drilling. So we provided you with a drill bit. It's not necessary for every for every hole, but if you're finding you're having a bit of difficulty getting the screw in, Please feel free to use the drill bit and drill in a hole and take it back out, and then it should be easier to put the screw in. But the screws are designed to pull the pieces together. So you shouldn't need to pre-drill, but just in case you're having a bit of a hard time, that's why we provide it. So you'll go over to the hole. Let me see if I can angle this. So you'll go over to the hole and you put it in. Make sure everything's pushed in. And then you drill in, and then you drill out. And that's it. So now we're just going to screw the pieces into the holes. Okay, and here is the assembled shelf. If at any time you have any issues or any problems, any questions, please feel free to find us on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, or you can send us an email and we will help you out. Okay.